numbers guy, Tom Haberstroh, who took an in-depth look at Michael Jordan's amazing 1987-1988 season. He led the league in scoring and won Defensive Player of the Year award. That's never been done before. But they took a close look at the defensive stats, and Colin, they were juiced. And one of the scorekeepers from that season has said, when Jordan was playing home games, they were inflating his blocks and inflating his steals. And Jordan basically pushed to get this award. He was upset that Michael Cooper won it the previous year.
He's a very competitive guy.
And they were juicing his numbers. I mean, if you look at the screen, you'll see them. His home stats, they call them stocks, blocks, and steals, were massively inflated, like historic stuff that we've never seen. And on the road, he was just a regular defender. And it kind of punctures a little bit the history of Jordan's amazing season. He was great. We get it. But this idea that he was like the best defender in the league because of some cooked numbers, Jordan fans out there are very defensive today. Now, you and I have gone 15 rounds over Jordan versus LeBron, but this is a big thing for LeBron because he never was able to lead the league in scoring and
now let me push back.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Jordan, do you think? I mean, Jordan was so powerful, he could get anything in the organization. So do you think anybody else has ever had their stats cooked?
Yeah.
All right. So
in the 80s, it was in the article. You got to read the article.
Yeah, I saw it briefly this morning. We left it to you to cover.
It's fascinating. So basically, there's like a stat keeping camp before the season, and they would look at film, and then there was one where it didn't look like an assist, and they're like, no, that's John Stockton. Give him the assist. Like the NBA was essentially okay with some of these numbers being cooked to make their players look like a little bit more.
Well, it doesn't. He's still 6 for 6. He's still Michael Jordan. It's just it peels back, I think, a reality of, and I also think officials. Michael got a lot of calls. Michael, and I think, by the way, Magic Johnson complained a lot. Magic got calls. So people think it's rigged. No, stars get calls. And stars, from this article, get a little bump in stats.
Yeah, now we know guys chase triple-doubles all the time, right? Russell Westbrook
Remember
famously.
The Westbrook year when he was getting, even Carmelo Anthony had acknowledged. Remember when Carmelo at some point, I think, was he on that team that year?
With OKC, I'm not sure.
That he was saying, we kind of cooked the rebounds for him.
On the foul line, Westbrook would essentially say to the big guys, don't get the rebound, let me get it so I can get a triple-double and average it for the season. This is not the worst thing in the world, but again, in this current climate, Colin, this kind of stuff cannot happen. Fans will go, you can watch the entire game on NBA League Pass and go through the video like, I don't know, listen, obviously nobody's saying Michael Jordan was a bum or not a great defender, but some of his stuff.
It pokes a little hole.
A puncture. A little wound. I'm a LeBron. I think LeBron's better. I think you're kind of on the fence.
I think they're totally different players. I think Michael and Kobe don't even play. I think LeBron plays more like Magic than he does Michael.
That's fair.
So I think it's hard to compare eras. I mean, what would Bill Russell be today? He's 6'8". I mean, what would he be?
He couldn't shoot.
Why? I mean, it's just like, so I don't think the era thing works. I think Michael, and here's what I feel. Michael, even around other great players in his prime, felt significantly better than other great players like Barkley. LeBron in his prime felt significantly better than other great players. Like that's where they're the same. Like LeBron in his prime was chasing people like all-stars down and blocking their shots, and it looked like high school.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're truly great, like watching Messi or a Ronaldo against or Mbappe against other great players, you're like, okay. And that's very rarefied.
Yes.
I mean, Derek Jeter's great. I never felt that with Derek Jeter. There were other shortstop that had better range or slicker moves. But I mean, you get these occasional players, and they're unbelievably rare, where even among all-stars, and this is Michael and LeBron, they're a notch above all-star. And that you may have one per sport. Like Mahomes now, compared to even Lamar Jackson and Herbert, feels like a different level player.
He's at the next level. So I had said that I would have LeBron for the first 47 minutes and give me Jordan for the final minute, because LeBron elevates all those around him. Yeah. Great passer, great vision. Jordan was the ultimate finisher. He was super clutch.
Yeah.
Not saying LeBron wasn't clutch, but anyways.
They're different players.
Yeah. Final story is Copa America kicks off tonight. Lionel Messi and Argentina taking on Canada at 8 Eastern on FS1. Messi turns 37 on Monday. This could be the final tournament of his career, although some people seem to think he might suit up in the 2026 World Cup. We'll see. Argentina, heavy favorites to win Copa America. This team is a juggernaut right now, as you see Messi highlights.
Look how that penalty kick is full of anxiety and stress, and a lot of guys miss it. It looks like he's playing against his son.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just different. Everything's easy for
By
the
the way,
great
I
ones.
still remember that World Cup game in December. So good.
Oh,
France,
it was one of the best
events.
2 hours of sports in the last 5 years.
So thrilling. So here's a Copa America odds on the screen. Argentina, big favorite. Brazil, which, we touched on it yesterday. They're missing some of their stars. The coaches out with the older guys. They got a teenager, Endrick, on this team. 17. He is phenomenal. Like talking next superstar. You say USA down there.
By the way, there's a big gap between USA and Mexico. Mexico's not a very good team right now.
Mexico is not popping right now. They're turning things around.
I can't wait for Copa.
I
can't wait. I'm on vacation, so I get to watch all the games.
Yeah, Uruguay, USA. I think that game is in Kansas City. I'm not sure what, July 1st maybe.
This is going to be
USA
great.
Can win that game.
Oh, this is going to be great. Copa's going to be great.
I don't think Uruguay's as good as everybody says. And I know there's a lot of Lawless and company will chime in, but it's a summer of soccer. I know you're excited.
I am. And on vacation, so I don't, I'm just going to be sitting around.
You're just going to continue to rub that in, right?
Kind of.
Taking your longest vacation ever. You're trusting me with the keys to the house. I'm that teenager who's throwing a party when you're gone. You know that, right?
How about just do best of the herd? You can do a couple shows.
Oh, are you giving me time off? Can you tell the guys?
I don't have that power.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
Nor do I want that power.
Damn you.
The last thing I want is to have to be responsible for you. That is my
I may throw in the double hoop earrings while you're gone.
Nightmare. J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
For hot water that never runs out, use Navian tankless water. Heat the herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Thanks for making us part of your day. Mercedes Lewis in 15 minutes has gone from the Packers to the Chicago Bears. One of the more thoughtful NFL players will be joining us. He's been in the NFL for almost 2 decades. Former UCLA Bruin, can't wait, and a friend. I can't wait to see him again. Mercedes Lewis. J-Mac, our audience coming in from the Euro Championships. Been unbelievable level of soccer. Unbelievable.
England laid a bit of an egg, 1-1 with Denmark. England hasn't looked sharp. I was talking to the guys during the break, Lawless, Sturridge, and England just hasn't looked as great as we thought they would. But it's early. It's still the group stage.
Euros are always a fascinating preview of the rising stars before we get to the World Cup. England's interesting. Now Copa starts, and now Brazil's going to be in Copa.
Tonight, Copa starts. We'll talk about it during the break. Argentina and
the World Cup champs. So it's and a lot of pressure on the United States men's national team, which debuts Sunday in Copa with Greg Berhalter, who was almost thrown out of his position until they had a draw with Brazil after that stinker against, I think it was Colombia, 5-1. Yeah, so there's a lot of drama coming up in the Copa. And U.S. men's national team debuts Sunday in the Copa, but the Euro Championships have been phenomenal.
I love how you're defending so many people today. Kyler Murray, Greg Berhalter. Who else? Who else are you going to defend? NHL? Well, what else is going on? Any
glass half full Colin.
Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Well, the Lakers have yet to hire a head coach. And you have to wonder if their 2 superstars, LeBron and AD, are part of what is holding up the process. NBA coaching is a lot of managing personalities and egos. And the Lakers just clearly do not value coaches. Strange, considering the best modern coach is Phil Jackson, but and he did very well in Los Angeles, but they don't value coaches. They view them as very disposable. And let's be fair here. Last 6 champions are 6 different teams. Half the coaches of those teams who are champions, they're coaching somewhere else. I mean, Nick Nurse is coaching somewhere else. Mike Budenholzer won a title, got fired. He's coaching somewhere else. And so I do think football coaches simply matter more than other coaches. If you look at 3 of the coaches we view as really elite, Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, combined last year won a single playoff game. A single playoff game. Popovich got Wemby No impact on the win-loss record. And Popovich is a good coach, great coach. And I